Hello good people and welcome back to Level Up Your Tactics. Now, let's have a look at this position. 18-year-old Magnus, who was only rated 2770 then, plays another super grandmaster by the name of Veselin Topalov, who was rated 2812. Magnus's turn to play. He plays h5, trying to destroy or infiltrate the king side there. Rook to a6, Magnus takes, f takes on g6, and now rook to c7, trying to infiltrate the 7th rank. Check first, king to f2, closer to the center. And now queen to d8, which looks like it attacks both pieces via fork, and it looks like Magnus overlooked it. It looks also very simple for Magnus to overlook. But Magnus is winning with one tactic that holds the glue into position and then continues to threaten black in this position. The tactical idea involves the principle of an X-ray checkmate and the infiltration of the said 7th rank. Can you find a winning move? Let's boost that ELO. Let's get it.
Round 1. Fight!
So this game took place during the MTEL Masters in Sofia, Bulgaria in 2009. Before the craze of Twitch and YouTube and how easy it looks like it to play chess. We have Magnus Carlsen playing as white and Veselin Topalov playing as black. Oh, before I begin, before I forget, if you find this channel content tolerable and it's helping you in your chess journey, please leave a like and sub. You have my gratitude. Let's get started. All right, let's get to that tactical position. Starts with d4, d5 by black, c4, c6. We have the Slav defense by Topalov. Knight to f3, knight to f6, knight to c3, e6. The very solid Slav defense. Bishop to g5, developing and allowing for the rook there to go on c1 if need be. h6 takes and queen takes. e3. Very solid for both. Magnus is, of course, a very positional player, but he also knows his tactics. He could access it when the position requires it. Knight to d7, bishop to d3, d takes, c4, bishop takes c4, g6 to fianchetto. Castle, king, bishop to g7. e4, castle, king. The thing about the Slav setup is this bishop does lag a bit, and there is a perceptual idea that the c-pawn and the e-pawn is attacking d5, but there's a lag in this bishop. So Magnus plays e5, locks this pawn, so this bishop kind of becomes an issue, and now Magnus has ideas here and has this floating pawn chain. This is the root of the pawn. Of course, this will get attacked later if black is planning well. Queen to e7, queen to e2, now b5, attacking the pawn. Bishop to d3, bishop to b7, and here Magnus keeps this pawn in check, because if you push, this does drop. Rook to d8, rook to c1, rook to b8. Rook f to d1, and now e6. Just solid structure there. Kind of eyeing the light squares on the queen side. We have h4 by Magnus, trying to undermine the king's defense and hoping to push to, guess what, to open this diagonal. Here, bishop to e8, rook to c2. Rook to c8, rook to c1. Applying pressure on this semi-open file. Queen to f8, a4. Now, one of these moments where white is asking black, do you want to advance or keep the tension? Black decides to keep the tension instead. Challenge the root pawn, the pawn that's protecting e5. So, a takes by Magnus, c takes by the opponent. This is now attacked twice. The position is opened up. Knight takes. Position is opened up. Bishop takes. Knight takes. Here or here? What's the idea here? The opponent takes rook first, rook takes on c2, a takes on b5. Knight to c6, an in-between move, attacking the rook, because this needs to be defended, by the way. So rook moves, and now you have f4. Now, attacking this, but more importantly, the purpose of f4 is to solidify the pawn on e5, which is eyeing f6 and d6, a very strong pawn. Queen to a8, attacking this twice. And here comes a storm. Magnus, like I said, is a superior version of Karpov, a very 2.0 evolved, perfected Karpov version of the modern era. He plays knight to e7 first. And it's a very trappy setup, because if you go here, that's kind of really just dumb. Because you lose your queen, of course. And the opponent's 2800, he's not going to fall for that in a million years. So king to h7, and now h5, trying to pry open the position. And Magnus shows his tactical venom, because if you take that, what happens? Knight to g5, check. You have to go here. And after takes, check. Check. No exit squares, you get checkmated. Absolutely. So h5 is ignored. Rook 2, a6. Now check, boom, and now infiltrate in here. And we get to that tactical puzzle position where it looks like a complete blunder. And here check first, king to f2, queen to d8. But I'm going to highlight that that is a mistake. And why is that a mistake? How does Magnus save these pieces and then create an X-ray checkmate threat? You guys want to figure it out? The answer in 3, 2, and 1. If you want to unpause, Magnus uncorks a super tactical positional idea by not sacrificing anything, but just playing queen to d3. And if you even imagine capturing that rook, the game is over. The game is done. If queen to c7. You guys want to guess what the next move is? White now sacrifices the knight on g5. And you've seen what happens when you play with that and capture it. So what if king to h8? Well, then simply check and then mate. So if takes, we have check. No exit square. The only exit square. Check. Well, you have to block it and then mate. So queen to d3 attacks this, threatens mate. And so what's the option for black? And he sees it immediately. Takes on e7. But now you have the steamroller. Rook 2, d7, queen to h4. To f3, there's no more checks. Queen to h5, king to g3, no more checks. And your queen's actually positioned for a fork. That's so bad. That's so bad. The opponent resigned in this position. He resigned because after king to g3, believe it or not, the white king is super safe. And the black king, with this pawn, this knight, this rook, is done for. If you don't do anything, you get forked. If king to h8, check. Threatening this. There are no checks. Check, check, check. Mate. A very brilliant game by Magnus, who was just knocking out at 2800. So quick recap here. Really strong control in this position. E1 played queen to d8. Magnus holds the position with a checkmate threat. And the threat to capture this. Takes. Shuffles. And the opponent resigned. Wow. That's amazing for modern chess. To completely break a 2800 like that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that and you got something. I'll see you guys later. Double P's.